What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well, staying positive and staying productive. On this episode, part of the mindset series, I want to speak to you guys about 3 tips, 3 hacks, 3 traits that I believe have helped me tremendously in my successes in various different goals and definitely help all of my clients. So I'm going to go over them and explain to you guys how they work and why you should implement them into your lifestyle, into your goal planning. So the first one is actions. Actions are so important. We say mindset, we preach mindset, but it actually works in reverse, okay? A lot of people think that they can think their way or believe their way or hope their way or pray their way or try to use some of these, sayings out there about law of attraction to be able to create a different life, create a different situation. But the thought process itself actually creates problems. It creates stress, it creates anxiety, it creates worry, it creates procrastination, it creates fear. So actions will translate into a stronger, formidable mindset. Because mindset by itself, just thinking without anything coming into fruition, is basically just a delusion. It just makes somebody delusional. And it actually makes those goals seem harder and further away to be able to reach. But when you start implementing actions on a daily basis, you start building up proof, you start building confidence, you start having a winning track record because you can see on your daily that you're knocking off these variables. You can see throughout the weeks and the months that have passed, and you look back and you say, okay, I'm actually becoming this person or doing this thing that I want to achieve. And the mindset becomes stronger. It becomes reinforced through the actions because you've got the actual proof in the pudding, as they would say. So you have to start doing. And it starts with small things. It's not huge things. Everybody thinks that it's going to be that one investment, that one house purchase, that one marriage, that one, job contract that's going to make or break their future. And it's not that. It's all the small things on a daily basis that end up creating the person and the lifestyle and the mindset and the work ethic and the non-negotiables of how you carry on with your existence that create the whole picture, that create the whole person and the lifestyle for you to be able to achieve those goals and how to be able to maintain them through the obstacles, through the ups and downs that come along the way. So actions over mindset. Doesn't mean that you don't think about the things, but it just means that you're doing a lot more than you are thinking. Because when you think too much and you read too much and you study too much, you get too much information in. You hear 2, 3, 4 different versions of how to accomplish one thing, and all of them might work, but you got to find out through your process which way works for you, and you have to just do it. You have to just execute those actions. I know so many people that I've helped create a brand, start up on social media, do websites, change career paths, and in the end, once they've started and got that first, few days in or first 20 hours of practice into doing that endeavor, they're like, Coach, I can't believe I waited years I wasted because I just didn't start and I just didn't start doing. And that's what it takes, is just the actions. So actions over mindset, and the mindset will develop in even stronger ways. The second tip, the second hack that I want to speak to you guys about is increasing your, The second tip, the second hack that I want to speak to you guys about is increasing your intention, increasing your effort. And what this means is, I'm gonna give you guys an analogy. Let's just say, from your life experiences and from your surroundings and your environment, you have a fire inside of you, okay? And that dictates how hard you go on your goals or how hard you work on your tasks and your responsibilities and how hard you're able to attack and overcome obstacles. So let's just say that fire creates like a body temperature, like a thermostat on a wall. And let's just say that you're at an 80, you're at 80 degrees. That's your internal thermostat. That's the fire that you're operating at. there's a good chance that you're at an 80-degree thermostat because of your friends, your social circle, the people that you hang out with or you've dated or are in a relationship with. Your parents might be like that, your siblings might be like that, because we are always a product of our environment. So for you to be able to elevate your effort and your intention and your drive for purpose and for direction, you need to be able to increase that fire inside of you. So you need to start connecting with people that have that internal fire that's at 200. They're cooking inside. Their fire is much bigger than yours, okay? And to be able to do that, you have to be very mindful of the people in your surroundings. And you have to resource people that have that larger fire inside of them. So what you watch on your social media, who you follow on your social media, who you hang out with, who you speak to, who you let your attention get paid to on a daily basis throughout the day needs to change to people that are operating at a 200. And you need to connect with these people through social media and message them, join mastermind groups, hire a coach, hire a mentor, start hanging out with and communicating with people that have the same goals as you. Because if I'm always operating at an 80, right? But everybody that I'm watching on my screens at 200, and I started to hang out with and have coffee once or twice a week with somebody that's at 200 at the gym, and another person at the coffee shop that's at a 200. We meet once a week and we discuss things. And I hire a mentor that's at a 200-degree fire inside of them, pushing towards their changes in life and towards their direction and their purpose. The next thing you know, when you're 80 and everything around you is 200, you're gonna elevate to 150, to 160. You're gonna get hotter. Your fire's gonna get bigger. Your heat's gonna increase by these people, by these influences, the things that you watch, the things that you talk about, what you're discussing with other people. So if you keep yourself surrounded with and viewing and listening to and watching and scrolling through people that are in an 80, then you're not going to be able to elevate yourself, because that's what you're associating your standards with. And you'll always say to yourself, I'm okay. I got a paycheck, I got a roof over my head, there's food in the fridge. You know, be grateful is what they tell people. And gratitude is actions. Gratitude is saying, okay, I've got 2 hands, 2 legs, 24 hours a day. I want these things for my family, for my people. And I see all these other people being able to achieve them. What do I got to do to be able to achieve them? Because anything anybody else has, you can. So increase that fire inside of you, okay? Find the right people, connect to the right people, and invest in yourself, because that's what's going to elevate you to get to that next level. If you're operating at an 80, like I said, and your friends from your neighborhood or from your community or from your family are all at an 80, you're never going to be able to see that 160, okay? That's how I elevated my life. I had to see the people that had multiple homes, multiple businesses, multiple streams of income, the people that had nailed all the variables that I thought were impossible to have all at once. I thought if somebody was going to be super fit and have a great body, that they had to sacrifice their work and their career and wouldn't have time for a family. And somebody who had a really good relationship with their family, I thought couldn't really focus on their career or focus on their fitness. So when I grew up in the 80s and early 90s into my adolescent life, I didn't have this exposure that you guys have in these resources. So I kind of boxed everybody off, and it fucked up my mentality, because I was like, all right, the good family man is a good family man. He's got a great relationship with his wife and his kids, but he doesn't look good, doesn't live good, doesn't have a lot of opportunity, he doesn't have a lot of fun, he doesn't, you know what I mean, have the things that I want. And then the person that did have the body that I wanted, you know, was living in a Tupperware lifestyle with gym rats and was a bouncer somewhere, or just a personal trainer and just living check to check. And the person that had a lot of money, that had a lot of income, had a lot of sources of income and a lot of assets, didn't have good relationships because of the career. They were in a fake marriage with somebody, or just a ruined marriage. They didn't have a good relationship with their kids, and they looked horrible because they were chasing that career the whole time and never dedicated any time to their wellness, to their physique, to their health, to their mental state. So I couldn't say I want to be like any one of these people until, you know, I got exposed to more things in the world and traveled and through business and also through social media, and met my mentors and met my teachers. and have there's people that are a bit older than me that schooled me. And then I was like, okay, there is a way that you can nail all of these, but I've got to get rid of my bad traits. I got to get rid of my vices. I got to get rid of my procrastination. I got to get rid of my reasons, my blames, and my limiting beliefs. So first one, actions over mindset. Second one, increase the fire that's inside of you. And the third one is very, very important. This is one that if people can master, their life will change completely. And it's very, very important, okay? And this is being able to change the way you process your thoughts, because you can't completely eradicate or erase certain thoughts from coming into your life. And I work with a lot of people that are going through obstacles, going through tragedies, going through dramas, going through split ups, going through bankruptcies, going through recovery of addiction, and obviously getting into that new chapter of life, going through that transition, taking that loss in business or from another person in their life. They are going to be troubled with these thoughts that pop up throughout the day that are going to make them feel depressed, make them feel worried, make them feel anxious, make them feel sad, make them question the decisions they made in their past and what they're doing in their future. So because you can't change your thinking, you can't just erase your mind. I don't care what anybody says, but you can control how your mind processes. And what is thinking? Thinking is your brain asking itself a question and seeking an answer. And if you change the context of that question, you're going to change the context of those answers, and you're going to stop thinking negative thoughts that are going to be bringing you down, and that are going to stop blocking you from being able to do the things that you really want to do and accomplish the things that you really want to accomplish, okay? So that means that instead of you having the thoughts that say, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Now we'll run out of money. We went bankrupt. Our credit is fucked. Or I lost that person. What if I never find somebody that likes me again, that can deal with me? Or what if that person actually changes and someone else gets the better version of them? Should I stay in this shitty situation and give them another chance? Or what if I invest into this business? Or what if I leave this job and actually try to become an entrepreneur on my own and I end up broke? You have to change the context of those questions inside of your mind, and you're gonna get different answers. You have to speak to yourself in a positive way and start thinking thoughts that are like, what's the lesson that I'm gonna learn from this situation that I went through? What's the skill set that I'm going to create to prevent these situations from happening again? That's going to give me a lot better quality of life in the future. What's the life going to be like that I'm going to create once that business starts to grow and I start to succeed in it since I'm leaving this job? What's my life going to be like once I become this person and go through these obstacles and these disciplines? I'm going to finally be able to live and have and be the things that I've been staring at on my phone all these months and all these years, wanting and wishing for. So if you change the questions, you're going to get different answers, and you're going to get a different emotional response. You're going to get a different hormonal response. And instead of you imploding and feeling like you're drowning and everything's crushing on top of you, you're going to start exploding with energy, and you're going to start finding answers, and you're going to start finding motivation and inspiration and momentum in yourself to be able to accomplish these things. So if you start just changing the questions little by little, the process becomes addictive, and you start processing everything around you in that way. Everything that happens to me, I have that instant impulsive reaction, and then boom, I stop and I edit it. And right away I go to my thought process of, how is this going to serve my purpose? Or why is it not serving my purpose? And I change my reaction, I change my thought process. I try to learn the lesson from it. I try to relate it towards my goals. I try to relate it towards me changing my future and my outcomes, and I make something positive out of every small thing that comes along throughout the day, whether it's the bank going wrong, a car going wrong, traffic, a bad conversation with somebody that I'm communicating with. I always just switch it into something good. I don't leave it in a negative state, because then it's going to eat me up later on in that day, and then the next day, and the next week, and it's going to steal away my energy that I can't give to my services, to my business, to my clients, that I can't give to my wife, that I can't give to myself for my future. And it just starts with a small thing and ends up increasing into basically your whole mindset about everything around you. You know, even when you see things like the economy crashing around you and everybody's stressing, you're like, great, this is gonna fucking make me better and smarter with my money. I'm gonna find 1 or 2 more sources of small income that are always gonna cover all of our bills, so that my main gig is just basically free money. It's just savings money. And these are the things that over the years helped me create the life that I'm living right now. And even when I achieved the things that I wanted to achieve, I kept that mentality and just kept pushing more and more and more to be able to create even a better life with more abundance and more opportunity. So those are my 3 tips that I'm putting on this video for you guys. I hope it can serve you. I hope it can bring you some value. If you guys have any questions about coaching, consultation, mentoring programs, shoot me a DM. All my links are in the bio. Stay good to yourself. Let nothing and no one get in the way of the life that you want to live. And make sure, if you like my videos, if you feel like you're getting good information from me, if I've helped you feel better or make better decisions or have a different outlook on life, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel. The only way I can keep making these videos for you guys is if they get reached out there and I see some fruition out of this. All the content's free. All the tips I give is free. So the least you guys can do is like, comment, subscribe, and share. Take care.